I was standing on this side of the auction, and it was one of them cars where on the side I was buying, it was actually all right. Well, when I bought it and thought, bloody hell, that was cheap, I went round to the other side and I'm like, oh, bloody hell, it needs a bit of paint. It is arguably one of the worst part exchanges I have ever driven. And believe me, that does take some beating. Now, before we get into today's video, I want to talk to you about Vehicle Score. Now, Vehicle Score is a free vehicle checking service which you can visit by going to vehiclescore.co.uk or downloading their app. Now, if you're looking to buy a car, make sure you put your reg through Vehicle Score. By doing so, you'll get a unique score to your car, which you can compare to the ones in Vehicle Score's database. Now, Vehicle Score gather all the information on your mileage history, the MOT history, and break it all down to give you a unique score to that car, giving you lots of free information to help you buy your next vehicle. It will highlight issues with the MOT and any advisory issues. It'll tell you there's been a spike in mileage recently. Also gives you lots of free information about the vehicle itself, lots of data, also gives you an estimated valuation, lots of other great products such as saving you money on your car insurance, breakdown cover, and all this information is completely free. But if you want to go that bit further and have your car HPI, their check service is one of the best out there. Making sure it's free of finance, making sure it's never been involved in an accident where it's been categorized, maybe it's been for a salvage auction as an uninsured loss, something that is really, really common. It'll make sure it's never been used as a taxi, never been imported or exported or had a change of color. If it's got a hidden past, Vehicle Score's check will find it. The checks are some of the most competitively priced out there. They start from less than £10, but don't worry because you get a discount for being a Car UK viewer. Simply use the promo code on screen now and you'll get an additional 20% off your paid check. Plus, if you pay a little bit more and get their refund cover, if your vehicle turns out to be a write-off or has outstanding finance on it, has been salvaged or imported or exported, anything like that, and they will refund you the cost of your original check. Something that is completely unique to Vehicle Score. No other checking service, I believe, does that. You can find the link in the description for Vehicle Score. Make sure you download the app today and use Vehicle Score when purchasing your next car. Hey, you all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. You join me here at the Car Pitch, where I deal in cars under £5,000 retail, the cheap end of the UK used car market. So, what have we been up to over the last, 10 days or so? Because it actually been a while since we did a pitch update. And there's good reasons for that because, well, we haven't really had much to update you on. We've really not been advertising much until literally today. I've started putting a few cars on and I've got a few more, which I'll explain more later. Plus, we've been trying to focus on getting the site cleared because we've had about 14 vehicles here, which we've been trying to get ready for another customer of ours, a trade customer, which are going abroad. That is now concluded. We've got a little bit of a breather before we start again. We've got a lot of space as well, which means we can focus our efforts on basically a bit of a rebuild at the moment. Because really for the last couple of months, it's been very stop-start here at the Car Pitch. No sooner do we get sort of, at 10 or 11 cars ready for sale, we sell half of them pretty much straight away, and you replace another 4 or 5 and then they go. We just can't keep up with trying to basically fill the pitch up. It just doesn't work. Good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. We just basically can't maximise out the logistics we have here. But we have to carry on because obviously we need to sell cars, we need to put money in the coffers, and I need to go on holiday. So anyway, let me update you on what we have been up to, what the site looks like, what we've been buying, and what things we've been getting up to over the last 10 days. Let's go have a look around at the pitch. Right, let's have a look around. Well, we'll go and have a look around at the forecourt in a minute. It was actually looking a bit more busier today than it was yesterday. It was bare bones yesterday. We've actually had quite a few cars dropped off from paint, a few part exchanges, a few cars brought onto site from other auctions. Now we've got room. The wife's car, their old car's now reappeared because we've got her in a new car. I'll talk more about that later. And we've been getting on with a few other little bits and bobs as well, including like this old thing here, old Civic, which I bought back off a customer of mine. Sold it to him about a year or so ago, and I had a Safira. And they brought this in Part X, and he's actually been on the site in the corner for the last 2 weeks. Been unable to get to it until today. Just started to get it organised. Valet has been on it, and I've just had a go, as you can see here, at the lights, because they've got these plastic front lights on these, generation of Honda, and I've just give that a nice flatten polish. Basically, you just use an 800 wet and dry, and then a 1500 wet and dry, and then go over it with like a compound paste, and we use a little mini mop. I always get asked about what should you use for this, what should you use for that. I'll tell you the best thing, I'm going to give you some advice now, I like giving advice. The best thing you can buy for getting rid of scratches or doing headlights, get yourself one of these. Just a normal pneumatic drill with a little mini mop on it. A little cordless one ideally, don't want one with a wire. We use these ones, these Einhell, or whatever they're called. Cheapy stuff, but really well made. I've had a few tools from these over the years, and I say none of them ever broke, and this one's been running strong now for about 18 months, and that gets hammered, never breaks. But the principle being, little mini mop like that, nice hard sponge on it, get rid of scratches, use a bit of compound paste, ideal for lights. Honestly, best bit of kit you could use. You've got your valeters, getting one of them, oh, they'll thank you. Anyway, so I'm going to have it all cleaned up, finished off tomorrow. Do black the tyres up, black the plastics up. Only a cheapie, little 1.4, which is quite rare for those, because most of them were 1.8. So it's quite rare to get a 1.4. It's a bit mileagey, it's 120 thou. But it's Honda, and as we know, Hondas don't break down. And it actually drives really well. And when we sold it him the other year, we did quite a bit of work to it. And he hasn't done many miles in it. He's done about 3k in it. So I thought, sod it, we'll go again. It's a little cheapie, it'll be $16.95 probably that's going to go up for. There's no doubt to me that will last a few more years. Solid as a rock underneath. Ideal little cheapie car for someone. We like selling little cheapies. We don't get many stuff under £2,000 because, to be honest with you, it's difficult to find stuff. That's going to be a good car for someone for the next few years as a run around, and a Honda Civic is definitely one of them. If you get the engines are always superb. As long as the structure underneath good, engines will outlive anything. They are just really, really good little cheapies. What else have we been stocking up on? Let me show you around. There's not much really to show you, to be honest, but I've got to do an update. So, Kia Rio, this has been at the paint shop for a while. My painter's, well, I just don't think he had any love for this. He didn't want to do it, but he's done it now. Front bumper needed doing. He sorted that out. I think that was it, really. I think he just wanted the front bumper doing. It was a bit, well, it was very, very bad. So he's redone that, and that's all sorted. And that's really it. Wants cleaning, obviously. Just literally arrived back before. Might get a couple of the wheels refurbed, which will get sorted. A little bit edgy. Little 1.4. It'd been better if it was a 1.2 because they got the cheap tax on. Not these aren't terribly dear tax. I think they're about £180 a year, these ones. But it is a 1.4, so not the best of the two engines. The 1.2 is the better one of the two. Not from reliability, just literally on the tax perspective. Everyone wants small, 3-door, 4-door, cheap cars, 1.2. You know, are the ones where they got the cheap tax on. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll sell it. We did do some mechanicals to it when it first arrived. Watch that sun in you, glaring. I can see straight away we had some new brakes on it because they were horrendous. But it does need a clutch as well. So now it's back from paint. We're going to get that in the workshop probably early next week and get that a clutch in that. So it'll have a brand new clutch, all brakes on it, all serviced up, ready to roll. And we'll get it on sale. Yep. Bit of luminescence on there. We've also got on sale my little Panda. Got that on sale. We've also, well, I say I've sort of got this on sale. I haven't really got it on sale. This 2011 Peugeot 107. I might put it on Facebook, just say it's come in. Because it landed back today. It's been lingering around in the corner, dead corner, for ages. We finally got it sorted and freshened up. And just popped it there for now. It's actually test drivable. We're going to get it in probably Monday, get some brakes on it, because the brakes are a bit edgy on it. Put some new brakes on it, and it definitely wants a new clutch. It'll be all right for a test drive now, but it really wants a new clutch. But again, it's just a case of trying to get something on sale. And, you know, and 107s and IGOs, people do usually just ring us up and say, I'll have it. And they just let us get on with it, fix it, sort it out, make them mint. We say we got rid of 2 today, IGOs were out, 107s. And both of the chaps never even test drove them. They just came down, looked at them and said, yeah, we'll have them. We took them away because they have faith in us to sort them all out. We know what we're doing with an old IGO. What else we got sorted? Corsa. That sold literally the same date went on sale, which is good news. Bought that from a car auction down in the Midlands, and so I think we did a video on it. In fact, yes, we did the video on it where it was the only car that day, other than the wife's vote, that we actually won. And a couple came down, bought it immediately, so that's good news. So that is now all sorted, has got a deposit on it, and we're going to get that minted up, MOT'd, and out to the customer this weekend. Vauxhall Mocha on axle stands. This was on sale by the gate. I actually advertised this on the Facebook page yesterday. A little exclusive one. Again, lingering around in the corner for the last week or two. Bought it from auction. I actually gave it a good price for this. It wasn't a dear car. Did need the wheels redoing, and they've just gone off today to be redone. So they should be back tomorrow, and then we'll be all looking lovely. It does want a little bit of work on it underneath suspension-wise. That's going to go on the ramp tomorrow. We'll get that finished off, they say. But the engine's good in it. And it drove actually reasonably well, other than it's got a little noise on this near side. And obviously wants other things like brakes and that sorting, and obviously the wheels, but we'll get that sorted and on sale. So we're building towards trying to get restocked, and hopefully we can get sort of half a dozen ready for the weekend. We might get some sales on the board, which is desperately what we're going to need, because at the moment, in June, because we've been focusing on other things, we've only got 3 sales under the belt, which is not like us. Let me go in the workshop, show you what we've been doing. Workshop-wise, we've got 2 sold cars in here. 3 actually, if you include the bike. So we've got this 10, is that 107? 107. 107, chap from north of the border, Scotland's coming for this. A subscriber, he wants us to run around. I think he's using it for like a delivery car or something like that. Wants something cheap to run, no nonsense, reliable. Well, you're not going to go wrong with one of those. Little 107. I go all around the country in my little Igo, and say this one is now just going to go on the ramp. We've got a few little bits to do to it. It's had, I think, the back bumper's painted and some mirror caps. Got a few little touchings to do on it, but it's just having, guess what? Yes, a clutch. It's having a clutch in it. The clutch is absolutely annihilated in this. I think I might need to put a new clutch cable on it as well, because it's probably stretched, because I think someone's tried adjusting it and they made a balls up of it. So we're going to put a brand new clutch in it, new cable, new seals, new gear oil obviously, and yeah, we're ready to roll. Plus we'll underseal it, new drop links, we do all them. There's all sorts of stuff we do to the Igos. I bore you if I keep going on about the same thing every time, so we shan't go on about that. You'll be right. Plus the wheel trims, got some decent wheel trims, because I hate those wheel trims, like a $6.99 Halfords wheel trim, awful. Capture, this is a sold car. Didn't last long on sale this, it lasted 2 days I think. We had a flurry of interest. Lots of people said they're coming down, but only one person actually came down, out of about 5 that said they were coming to see it over that 2 days. The lady that came down to view it, loved it, ideal car for her. She's had a Clio, this shape Clio previously. She enjoyed it, but she then swapped it for another car, which has given her nothing but hassle. She now wants out of it and wants something a little bit more reliable. 1.5 diesel engine. I know some people say it's a Renault. Renaults aren't actually that bad, and the 1.5 diesel is very, very good. Very, very, very good engine, as far as modern diesels go. As far as a modern diesel can be reliable, the 1.5 is in that category. Decent car. It's had quite a lot of work done to it. You've had, what have we had done to this? It's got new brakes on the front. It's going to have new brakes on the back, because the rear brakes have not been serviced in a while. So we've got new shoes, fitting kits, cylinders coming for it, and a wheel bearing on one side is a little bit noisy. We're changing that. So all new brakes for the fitting kits on the back, cylinders and shoes, all new disc pads on the front. Tyres are actually all good all round, all got Bridgestones, which is quite impressive. Cam belt and water pump kit's going on tomorrow, because we've got service history of it, but we're not sure the belt's been done. Problem is, it takes about 45 minutes to strip it down, check the belt. So by which point, you might as well just put another belt on it. So we'll put a cam belt and water pump on it. And then we've also put on it we call them front subframe cross members. They're not actually part of the subframe, but I'll give you an example of one here. This one was going a bit scaly. Wasn't gone, but give it a year or two, it probably would have gone through. It's not a structural item, it's actually to do with like a support bracket for the radiator. Very common on the Clios for going, captures based on a Clio, so we just changed them. They're not expensive to do, it's all nice and shiny under there. In fact, should be able to show you. No, I can't show you actually, because he's got the engine mount off, so if I send that up in the air, the engine will fall out because he's doing the cam belt. Pop your head under. Oh, there you go, see, there we are, there's a new arm on it as well. So it's a new sort of subframe, or radiator bracket I call them, and some arms and drop links. It's also had as well, oh god, it's had loads this has, shockers, new shockers on there as well. Instead of rucks and stuff. Ugh, getting old. Yes, respect to King Shilling on that one, but it'd be a nice car at the end of it. And in fairness, I paid all right money for it on the basis that I knew it needed a lot of work, but if we threw the parts at it, we'd make a good car. End of the day, someone's getting well-serviced car with reasonably good history, just unfortunately jobs have mounted up on it and someone's decided to chuck it in. We've come along, sorted the brakes out, new brakes all round, and it is all new brakes. New cam belt water pump, serviced up, new arms, suspension, shockers. It's even the rear shockers are brand new. I'm sure this has had new rear shockers as well. There you go. Yeah, brand new rear shockers. It's going to be like an absolute dreamboat to drive, that is. Beautiful. Other things I'm working on at the moment, I've got, well, quite a bit out of the old dead corner, as you can see. We've got some stuff that we're going to get moved on. So I've got a punter that's been here for an ever and a day, which I've now done a deal on and trading on. Was going to retail it, but it's been here that long that, do you know what? I just thought, no, just trade it on. Trade it on, just get it rid of it, get some money back. So I actually made a tiny bit of profit out of it. So that's going. That's going to go next week. We've got a little Fiesta, which I've actually ordered all the bits for this. Do you know what? I love all these cars I sell, but I just love this really, really cheap stuff where you can actually turn something like that into a really useful car. Little Fiesta, done 50,000 miles, genuine 50,000 miles on a 58 plate, been condemned. Mate of mine bought it, he's been offered it, basically, they were just basically going to scrap it. He bought it, rang me up and said, it's done 50,000. Do you want it? I was like, of course I do. Of course I want it. I don't care if it's the older shape. We'll have it for 50,000 miles. Doesn't require any paint really, other than some light touch-ins and a couple of trim bits, which we'll do. But that's it. It doesn't need any major bodywork. I've ordered new wheel trims for it, some nice one, sort of Ford style ones. I've ordered new number plates for it because they're all tatty. I've ordered new wing mirrors, which I think, have they fitted them? Has he fitted them? Yes, it looks like he has. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. They're broken. So we've got new. They're in there. There we go. So we've got new wing mirrors for him in there as well. They're the wheel trims, the new 4-1 style ones. There we go. That's all we need. So we can mint it up, clean the lights up, mint it up. New wheel trims. Toe and eye cover's missing. Scuff down there. Get rid of that. Paint the cover. Put that on. It'll look really nice. New mirrors. What can we say? If we need to, we'll do a service on it. I think it's had a cam belt on it, this one. I think I've seen a cam belt receipt for it. If it hasn't, we'll do it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't cost much. It was cheap. It was a few £100 I paid for that car with 50,000 miles on. And it doesn't matter if we spend another £300 or £400 in parts to make that a nice little run around for someone. Because it will easily do another 50,000, if not more. Especially with a new belt on and all that. So, yeah. I like stuff like that. It's a little cheapy. It's not going to be worth a lot. You know, we're not going to be getting £2,000 for anything like that. We're lucky if we get probably 1,500 quid for it. But if someone wants a 1,500 quid car that's solid, 50k on it, that they can run another 60, 70,000 miles minimum, and is going to look reasonably smart, it'll do the job. Cheap motoring. This is what it's all about. Go waste your money on a £500 a month lease car, or just get something like that for 1,500 quid, run it into the ground 3 or 4 years later, scrap it, get a couple hundred quid in your back pocket, move on to the next one. I've had a little bit of interest on the Duster. There's a few people looking at it in the week, so we're getting some interest on that. We've got, I had a test drive the other day on the Ibiza. I had 2 people inquire about that as well earlier in the week, so we might get something with that. I think, again, it's just the case of the colour. I've never had an Ibiza on sale for more than a week, so that one's now getting up to 10 days, so getting serious. But I think it's the colour. I genuinely think it's the colour, because that's really cheap on a 14 plate. 14 plate Ibiza, and I think it's only 2,995. Tiny bit of mileage here. I think it's done 100,000, but we've sold them the similar mileage for a couple hundred quid less that are older cars, but they've all been not red. Red is always a bit of a sticker. But anyway, it'll go. There'll be someone there for that, I'm sure. Wife's car, mentioned it earlier. What's it doing here? Well, finally, I took it off her today. Today was D-Day for it. It is finally been taken off the road. I'm going to get it, put her in a new car, put her in another Evoque. Those of you who don't know, didn't see our last video, we've basically replaced her Evoque with another Evoque. Don't ask, but that's what she wanted. She's a creature of habit, and she wanted another Evoque. However, I did manage to minimise some of the sort of risks that we've been facing with this one. This one's a little bit older, done a lot more miles. This one here we bought for her, and it's been a bit of a pain in the arse over the last 18 months. It's a lovely looking car, as most Range Rovers and products are, Land Rover products, but it's just been a nightmare. LDEX was a pain in the arse. That cost us a fortune to sort out. We had a lot of trial and error with it. We had to do a box service originally. We've had to do another one recently, another bit to it. It's now all still running all right, but I've lost hope with it. You know, there's other stuff I want to do to it. It's getting a bit old. It's 120,000 now, or 119,000. It's just time to get it gone. So I've replaced it with a 2-wheel drive Evoque. So saved immediately about £300 a year on road tax, which is great. I'm really pleased about that. We've also, it's going to be better on fuel because it's a later engine, not as reliable, not for one moment suggesting that, but it's going to be better on fuel. So in the cost savings alone, time we've got rid of this one and then got that one on the road, and well, it's already on the road, then, you know, there's not much difference in the value, because actually these early ones are worth more than the later ones. She's bought a 17 plate Evoque and pretty much paid what she'll get back for this 13 plate one. I mean, it's ridiculous, and that's purely down to the engine, which actually is never been given an issue on this. It's been absolutely superb and reliable. It's just everything else on it's been a nightmare. So anyway, we'll see how we go with the other one. I've got a picture of it here. We got it from the auction the other day. We have got to do a timing chain to it. It was quite rattling when we picked it up. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be rattling anymore. Now we have changed oil in it, but we aren't chancing it. Give it a week or two, we're going to get a new timing chain on it. We'll probably film it, to be honest, because it's the first one we're ever going to do. Get that done, put a new clutch in it, just future-proof it a bit. Keep it for 20, 30,000 miles. When it gets to under 1,000, when it starts to get to that problem sort of marker, I'll probably get rid of it again and see if we can get in something a bit more sensible. We've always got third time lucky. Yeah, so we're going to have to part with that soon, get that traded out, I think, so we can find any takers for that one. And that's really it, to be honest, at the moment. There's not much else I can report. I've been buying a bit. I've bought a Vauxhall Adam as well, which unfortunately I don't think I have any. I might actually have a video of it on my phone, which I'll put up here in the corner, which I bought. My first ever Vauxhall Adam in blue, so I've got it in the best colour. Didn't get the best engine, bought the 1.4. Ideally, you want the 1.2, but Vauxhall Adam, first one, I'm going to give it a whirl. I actually priced quite sensibly, and initially, for my sort of post I put on today on Facebook, we've had quite a bit of inquiries on it already, so that might go soon, hopefully, as well. Bought another Corsa as well, bought another 17-plate Corsa, another Corsa E, doing really well with Corsa E's at the moment. That sort of £4,000 market, £4.5 market. There's a lot of take-up for those, so anyone who's and ahhing about these Corsa E's, basically just Corsa D's that have just been sort of redressed a little bit and got some better interior in, then definitely worth buying. They're starting to come really decent money at the moment and fit well under that sort of first car £4-5 category. Although saying that, the one I've bought, so I bought that 17-plate white one which flew out the door. The one I've bought yesterday, which I'm bringing on the pitch hopefully tomorrow, is a 66-plate one, which was decent money and decent mileage, but again, it's bloody red. Quick walk down here on the old trade route section. This is where we keep all the trade cars and stuff we're usually working on for sort of customers abroad. And this we've got here at the Punto, we already talked about that trade car. That one's not a trade car, we're going on with it with the Fiesta. The Corsa, we'll give up with that. That needs cylinder head doing on it. That's a problem for next door to sort out. It's a little Chevrolet. I've dug that out the corner. That's been traded on. That's going out next week. I bought that very cheap, automatic. Was going to do something with it, but it's too crusty. It's a bit too crusty. Old bumper's going, it's a bit edgy around there. I'm just going to get rid of it just as it is. It's an automatic. Someone came in after an auto for someone. I've said I've got this. It's actually low mileage. It actually drives all right. Just wants a cam and water pump doing on it because the water pump has got a little bit of a leak. So I just basically did a deal on it. We made a tiny bit of profit, moved it on and got it out of the corner. So that is a good deal. Made a bit of profit, made a bit of space. We've also, that's the Range Rover, that's going for abroad. My Rover, obviously, is now parked up, ready for its impending rally in September for the old Motor Trade Melee. Old Team Car UK will be going around in that Rover, smoking around in the old 216 SLI. We've also got this Skoda Fabia, which is an MOT failure. I've got this off a trader. I bought it and it is, well, it's here because we're next door going to do some work on it soon. We're going to put a new rear axle on it because it's got a corroded rear axle, which is quite rare, but you can buy them, so just buy a new one, bolt it on, it's not that difficult to do. And I'm going to put a chain on it because it's got the 1.2 Polo engine in. It's a bit rattly when you start it. That is not a good sign when you have the rattly engines on start-up on the Volkswagens. Corsas with rattle on start-up, they'll last a while then before they really get really bad in terminal. When the Polos or the Skodas 1.2s start rattling on start-up, you need to change them ASAP. He was going 20 miles an hour, wasn't he? So that needs doing ASAP. I don't even want to drive that anywhere. I want to get that boxed off probably in the next week or so, and then we can actually do something with it. Actually give decent money for it, which, to be fair, the fact that it needs a chain and a rear axle, you would expect it to get it for cheap money because there's quite a lot of work to be done. But at the end of it, we'll have a good car because actually it's not mileagey. It's not, I can't remember off the top of it, I think it's only done 70 thou, something like that. It's not mileagey at all. And it structurally and bodywork wise is a very good car. It just needs the chain doing, and obviously sort that back end out, that axle, bolt a new one on it, make it nice underneath. I mean, someone's got a great car last year's. So we'll get onto that next week as well. So we've got things to sort out as well. What else have we got going? Oh, an Ibiza is being worked on. That could be coming to us. My colleague next door is doing some timing chain work on that one. So he's, again, it's rattling, brains out. So once that is done, that could come on sale to us. I've got to have a little negotiation with him. Quickly talk to you about these in the corner. Mini, by the way, is going off to be painted next week. We had a bit of a backlog on the old paint queue, so we've had to wait on that for a week or two, but that is now starting to clear, so we're going to get that off next week. Then Corsa, I've took the cover off because that's getting scrapped. We've kept that for bits, but we've got another Corsa coming in for bits anyway in the next, or tomorrow, so we're going to take that one off because we've rifled that for everything we need out of it. And then replace it with another Corsa. We always like to have a Corsa lying around because there's a few things on Corsas that you need to keep around you, like lights and bonnets and bumpers and bits of things like motors and stuff like that can go wrong on them. So we'll always have one in stock so we can always keep others on the road. In case you wonder why there's a big gap here, my recovery truck's out at the moment. My colleague has gone to deliver a car. Picanto. Kia Picanto. Not a car we're selling. I got asked actually this morning on a messenger, why don't you sell lots of Picantos? I would if I could, maybe not these because they're too old now. These finish on a 10 plate, this shape Picanto. These ran from 54 till 10 plate. But the next shape, I've sold a couple of them and they're very good cars actually. These weren't bad. The clutches weren't very good in them. They're like awful. But they were basic, they did the job. The later shape ones are a bit better and I will buy and sell them. This one was a Part X. Had it not been pissing out oil everywhere and it needs a clutch and the exhaust has fell off, we probably would have maybe done something with it, but there's a lot of work to be done there and we just took it in Part X. It owes us a few £100. It doesn't matter. It can just go to an auction and we'll get rid of it. I would have to say though, because it's horrible to drive because the clutch is just contaminated with oil, it judders everywhere, the cables stretch, so it's like you let go of the clutch, it just goes bang and flies off. It is arguably one of the worst part exchanges I have ever driven. And believe me, that does take some fucking beating. Finally as well, I forgot to mention about the bike. You probably thought you did all the cars here, the sold cars, you didn't talk about the bike. Bike sold, the Bandit. Remember the Bandit? We did this as a competition prize. We had the Micra, which is, by the way, coming back in the next 24 hours to go on sale, the Micra, Nissan Micra, hopefully. And then we've got this Bandit, which was also another prize as well. So we had the Micra and then we had the Bandit as an alternative prize. The lady who won the raffle actually took the cash. So I was left with the Micra, which I'm going to sell, and we were left with the Bandit, which we did sell. Chap has put a deposit down on that, bought it. We've just took the exhaust off, fixed that because it had a little bit of blow in it, as you mentioned before. So we all resealed that, fire pasted her all up, lovely job. New clamp on her, that's all sorted. Just done a service on it because I've got to put the plugs in the morning, some new plugs in, and then we're done. Off to MOT, job sorted. And now hopefully I'll pick that up next week. So my first ever bike sale. We're not going to be selling many motorbikes because, well, I even got a bike licence. Yeah, so anyway, few sales there, not many as we'd like, but we have started to get some under a belt. To be honest with you, actually, for the first 5-6 days of June, we didn't sell a single car, and then we sold 3 in one day, so that was a great relief. But we need to do more, so we've got to get more prepped out, and hopefully the next 48 hours, once we've got the sold cars out and done, because they're all finishing off this week by the motorcycle, we will be in a better place. We'll be in a great place, and then we can sort of kick on for the rest of the month and hopefully try and meet our target. Or at least the lads are going to have to try and make that target because I'm actually going away for a week, which is probably not the best of timing, but I do need a holiday. But one thing's for sure is I'm definitely not as many holidays as the old gate man who's now back on holiday again when I went to pick up a car the other day from Prees. And in fact, I've got a car here, let me show you, to do with the gate man. Bloody hell, I forgot all about this. This old Clio. Does anyone know this Clio or recognise it? This was at Aston Barclay for about a year. Don't tell them that though because they might charge me storage. Yeah, it was bought from Aston Barclay Prees about a year ago, maybe a bit more. And the reason I left it at there was not because I didn't any mechanical running issues or anything like that. It was purely because at the time I bought it on the auction hall, drove through actually quite well. I was standing on this side of the auction and it was one of them cars where on the side I was buying it was actually alright. Well, when I bought it and thought, bloody hell, that was cheap, I went round to the other side and I'm like, oh bloody hell, it needs a bit of paint. Now in reality, because you can paint there, you want to paint on that arch, and you want to paint on that bumper. Now at the time we had loads and loads of paint on, as in the paint man was queued up to death. So I thought, I don't want another car on site that's going to sit here for weeks. We had no room, can't take it to the paint man, he's queued up, it's going to be sitting here for ages. We'll leave it there, let it die down, and then we'll bring it, get it in for paint, you know, when it's a bit more quieter. That was the plan. Stuck it in a puddle, which turned into a lake, and then it was stuck there for months and months on end because I couldn't really get to it without being knee deep in mud. Basically fell out of bed with it and left it there, and it stayed there ever since. Now it's got a bit of dry weather. Managed to retrieve it, put a battery on. She fired straight up on the button. She was on the button. She looks an absolute terrible piece of junk at the moment, mainly because it's just covered in mud and rubbish. But we'll see what we'll do with it. I'm probably not going to retail it because it's been left that long. It could be retailed, and it is an estate car, and it is diesel, by the way. So it probably could be retailed. We'll have to clean it up first. I'm going to try and clean it all up, get the brakes cleaned off, try and mint it up best we can. Obviously, except the paint. We're going to have to leave that for the moment, and then we'll go and drive it. If it drives all right, and I'm happy with it, we might then send it off to get the paint done. If not, if it just got my money back on it, I think it was about £1,000. traded it out. If they take a small loss on it, it doesn't matter. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. The point you should take from this, and this is me saying it as someone who's supposed to be experienced, is don't leave cars at bloody auction for too long, because there just come problems then. And he's saying it's not good practice to do. Shouldn't do it. Don't do what I do. Don't leave cars there. Plus, the gate man nags you to death. Although, in fairness, this is the last car that I had at Prees, Aston Barclay, where I go to the auctions, on site. There's no more cars there. I've got no more Jags there, no more Clios there, no more anything there. So he'll be fuming when he gets back next week because he's got nothing to moan at me about. Right, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate it. I have got more content coming over the next week or so, so even though I'm not going to be here on site, I have done some more videos for you to enjoy whilst I'm away. And when I get back, well, we are going to be doing one thing and one thing only, which is auctions, auctions, auctions. We're going to be heading to multiple auctions, general car sales, going to do a bit of prestige stuff, and going to another commercial sale. Actually, my first day back from into work, we're going to a commercial sale. So make sure you check those out in the next few weeks, because we're going to need to be buying quite a lot of stuff, because I'm making room, we need cars, we need to get some money in the till. So make sure you keep up to date what goes on here at the Car Pitch by watching the Car UK channel, by subscribing down below, and also as well, finally, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to get your tickets for the Car UK raffle prize, the old Ford Fiesta Mark 1, the old gem. That is going to be drawn in a few weeks' time. I've acted on the 30th of June by our good friends at Raffle. It's £2 to get involved. It's a charity element to it as well, so we're going to be giving money to a local charity, which is Hopes and Beams, children's charity and dementia charity here in Crewe, and Northwest Air Ambulance Service, which of course do great things, saving lives every single day. So make sure you get involved. Plus, you might win our stunning Mark 1 Fiesta, and if you didn't want the car, well, about £3,000 to boot. So make sure you get involved. Links in the description for that. So thanks again, and I will see you all in the next one.